There's this word that sounds so safe, so comfortable, even desirable, average. But what if I told you that when it comes to retirement in America, being average is one of the most dangerous financial positions you could possibly be in? Today, we're going to tear that idea apart and uncover the truth behind the myth of the average retirement.
Now, that's a pretty stark warning, isn't it? This quote is really the core idea we're going to unpack. It's basically saying that the path most people are on, the one that seems normal, well, it doesn't lead to a very good place. Let's find out why.
All right, so first, we have to completely dismantle this illusion of average. See, we're kind of taught to believe that being in the middle of the pack is safe. It's comfortable. But when it comes to your money, the numbers are about to tell a very, very different story. I want you to really think about this for a second. In so many parts of life, we assume there's safety in numbers, right? But does that really apply to your personal finances? Is just doing what everyone else is doing really the path to security? Let's see. Okay, let's get right into the hard data. This is where that comfortable idea of average really begins to crumble. And we're going to be looking at the median numbers, because that gives us the truest picture of the person standing right in the middle. And listen, pay close attention to that word median. This isn't the average, which can get all thrown off by a few billionaires. No, median means that half of all Americans aged 65 and older have less than this saved up. Half. Let that sink in. $88,000 to last for what could easily be 20, maybe even 30 years.
So what does that 88 grand actually get you? I mean, in terms of actual cash you can use every month. Well, if you use a standard safe withdrawal rate so you don't run out of money, that nest egg generates less than $300 a month. Think about that. For a lot of us, that's not even a car payment. That's a big trip to the grocery store. And that's the income for the person right in the middle of the pack.
And if that median number was a little concerning, this one's just shocking. A full 1/4 of Americans have absolutely nothing safe for retirement. Zero. Zilch. That means 1 out of every 4 people is heading toward their later years with no private savings to fall back on at all. But hold on. This isn't just a story about a lack of savings. The other side of the equation is just as important, maybe even more so. Because for the average person, trying to save money is this constant uphill battle against a huge financial headwind, debt. And here's that headwind in plain numbers. The average household is dragging around over $9,000 in high-interest credit card debt. I mean, this stuff actively works against you, eating up any extra income that you could be investing for your future.
So let's connect the dots. When savings are this low and debt is this high, what does retirement actually look like for the average American? What's the backup plan that for so many people ends up being the only plan?
This is the reality for millions and millions of people. If your own savings only give you a couple $100 a month, you're obviously forced to rely on something else. And for the vast majority, that something else is the government safety net, Social Security.
And here it is. This is the bedrock of the average American retirement. About $1,500 a month from Social Security. This one check is supposed to cover your rent or mortgage, your food, your healthcare, transportation, absolutely everything. Just look at that number and ask yourself, honestly, could you cover all of your bills with that amount? Right now. For most people, in most parts of this country, the answer is a very clear and very stressful no. So let's just put it all together. An average retirement means maybe a couple $100 from your savings, plus a modest Social Security check, all while you're probably still trying to manage some debt. This isn't some worst-case scenario. This is the actual reality for the person in the middle of the herd. And that brings us to the single most important takeaway from all of this. If your financial goal is just to be normal or average, you are actively aiming for a future of serious financial insecurity. The path of the herd, it leads to a very, very vulnerable place. So, we end with a choice. The data shows us exactly where the herd is going. It's not a mystery. The only question left is for you. Now that you know what average really means, are you going to make the conscious decision to step off that path and create a different one for yourself?